One of the concerns that that people often have when you have sharp credit growth is how is the banking system going to respond? Are we as long as credit's not growing very much, you keep hearing that Indian banks have kind of recovered, the NPAs are under control, things are okay. But once you start seeing credit growth picking up very sharply, is this something that we should be worried about a potential revisiting of all the banking sector problems that we had, particularly given that rates are likely to be going up?
Yeah, so historically, whenever we've had like 20% plus kind of credit growth numbers, usually, the banking ship has started wobbling. But I think there is a distinction, between the credit growth of, say, the post-global financial crisis, when it was credit growth for large industrial companies. In contrast, from whatever numbers I'm seeing publicly, the recent credit growth is more driven by credit growth for households, and housing credit is picking up. I don't think there is very strong sign of the capital expenditure cycle yet actually taking hold, even though maybe there are some positive signs here and there with, global companies wanting to come in and set up manufacturing hubs with our companies, and maybe that will create some capex growth. I think the concern I have there is that I'm not sure if the household overall net worth situation is doing great. In the following sense, which is that, as you rightly pointed out, we didn't go down the path of giving a lot of debt either nationally or to individuals. If anything, we gave debt moratoria and sort of did a few relief measures. And some of it paid off, in my view, at least temporarily. But a lot of it was just sort of liquidity going into financial assets. And the thing that worries me the most about India is a complete discord between what's happening in the stock market and what I think is an objective sense of what's happening to the real economy on ground. And I think this is probably a sign that, one, there is a lot of wealth that's been created right at the top, at the very high net worth. I think that invariably finds its way back into the stock market in some way. But I think when you go a little bit further down and you think about savings coming down, their indebtedness rising, real wages not actually rising at the same pace, I worry a little bit whether this credit growth we are seeing right now is going to be a bit difficult, in the sense that if, as Dr. Sen mentioned, if we really grow only at 5% or something like that, will we be building up household net worth at a level that's robust enough to support that credit growth? I'm a bit worried that this indebtedness of the households can lead to a retrenchment of their consumption powers, and that the consumption power is just becoming more and more lopsided in the economy. I think the wealthy are consuming a lot. You can see it in our import bill. And I think that has a macro implication, which is that even when we are growing well, we seem to be growing well by increasing our trade imbalance. We are importing a lot of luxury goods, phones, etc. And I think that can come to a headwind with the global macroeconomic scenario.